So I started cutting using the bandsaw, ripping these 3/4 inch dowel rods down the middle. Just cutting it along, pushing it through. I have about 15 of these I need to do to complete the cabin. Now I'm just sorting these. I'm going to lay them out on my templates that I already have. The templates are the black foam board there. I've already got a few glued on. I'm just going to use hot glue for these. It actually holds on pretty sturdy to the wood and the paper foam there. So I'm just going to mark some of these that I ripped in half to length and then start cutting them. Again, I have about 15 of these that I need to go through and rip them in half. I'm just making sure the ends are lined up so I get a decent size on each one so they match. Measure once, cut twice. Oh wait, no. Measure twice, cut once. All right, back at the bandsaw, I'm going to go ahead and cut these where I marked them. Cut them one by one. Easy cut. Let's cut one. Cut two. And you see me holding the second one in my hand just to get a good eyeball. I know I marked it, but just using the other one as a point to cut a little faster than the mark. Maybe not the best way to do it, but that's how I did it. Turn off the bandsaw. All right. Now, so that these just don't look like wooden dowels or clean rods, I'm actually using some wood scrapers here. I forget what these are called. I don't know what the right words are. But anyway, I'm going to score up so they look like they've been logged, hand cut, hand rounded. They have knots, and just make it look war, right? Add the weathering effect to it. Not really weathering effect, but once you weather it up, you'll get the little knots and dents in the wood and little scrapes and knots to really give that characteristic that we're looking to get here. So you're going to keep just notching them, and then finally, here's what it looks like with a little burnt umber. I thought it came out really cool. A little close up. All right, now time to finish the ends. So this is gonna be the back of the cabin. And again, I'm just using hot glue to put each one of these on. And then once we get these all the way to the top, we'll take it back over to the bandsaw and get these cut out to fit, to match our template being the black foam board there. So I actually ran out of them, so I had to go stop filming and cut some more. Had to rip them in half, cut some more, and then now I'm gluing them down. Ran out of hot glue, unfortunately. But we're back in action now. All right, almost done here, and then we can go trim these off and dry fit this together, see how it looks on the diorama base. All right, last one. Let's go back to the bandsaw. Back to the bandsaw. There we are. All right, now we're just going to trim these off so we have a nice roof line there. Again, we got the front and the back. And we're just going to cut our roof line. We're just using the foam as our template there. Gonna get some of that debris out the way. Best not to use your fingers. Use another piece of board to push that stuff out the way. Digits are important, and I want to keep all 10 of mine for as long as I can. All right, I'm also going to trim some of these sides off as well. These will eventually overlap with the sides so that they look like they are cross log over log, which would be a cool feature for this piece. Hopefully I'll be able to show that in a later video. Again, just going to get some of the debris out of the way of the blade. This time I elected to use my fingers. This must be when I thought I only wanted to maybe have 4 on each hand. Best advice is use a piece of wood to clear out anything away from your blade. All right, back at it, cutting away or trimming away our half dowel rods. Actually, I think I got a little sliver of something stuck in the blade there, so I had to stop and pull it out. And here, I had to use my fingertips, but I did make sure the bandsaw came to a complete stop before putting my fingers on the blade. I think that actually happens a few more times. I may want to invest in some tweezers or long tweezers so I don't stick my fingers in there. I really do like my fingers and want to keep them. So what you're seeing here is me living on the edge. All right, let's make this final cut of our roof line and then get these walls connected. All right, home stretch. Let's go. All right, so here is from the placeholder for this cabin. You start to see the scale of this, seeing how everything's going to go together. The cabin could be a little smaller, but if you go too small, then it kind of starts throwing things out of scale. So cabins are going to be traditionally a little smaller, not going to be this grand thing, especially like this little cabin, you know, handmade cabin in the woods. So I'm liking it. There's going to be a lean-to here, and then obviously the grass will cover this area, and then I'm going to make it a little more sparse like this. There's going to be a tree stump here where they're chopping wood, lean-to with wood, obviously windows and doors, roof, chimney, but you can start to see the scale of this cabin.